That's how they get on.
So I'm a public transit bus operator in Sacramento, California, and that little piece of that clip that you saw actually takes place right down the highway from me in Oakland, California. Anyway, as a bus operator, I have a lot of people that are like, whoa, you drive the city bus? I bet you deal with a whole bunch of crazy situations.
The head done on your wife. Here's for you. You psychopath. Put this down.
Do you have some crazy stories? Like what happens when you drive the bus? I bet everything and everybody is just crazy. And that's actually not true. Everybody and everything is not crazy. We have the privilege of transporting a lot of amazing people, a lot of good people, individuals that are just trying to get to their destinations and live their life. However, we do deal with some wild stuff sometimes.
I can't seem to find my bus fare nowhere.
This doesn't just affect the bus drivers, this affects the bus passengers as well. We are in this together. I'm talking about the passengers that are not causing the problems. You know, we are there for them. The people that are being disruptive, we're not there for them. I guess we are. We have to be there for them, but we don't want to be there for them because they're making everyone's day a little bit worse.
He ain't lying.
That's how they get on.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here in the Fruitvale district of Oakland, California, and there is a man on the bus, on top of the bus, refusing to get off of the top of the bus. As this story develops, I will keep you updated. Thank you very much.
I just
He doesn't want you to kill yourself. He doesn't want you to kill yourself.
I have to.
So that is an extremely irritating situation as a bus operator and as the passengers because the bus had to be evacuated and they have law enforcement officers there trying to assist this man so that he can get off of the top of the bus. This is the wrong way to ride the bus. So if you were to ask me what happens after that, like if you are in training and you crash into a bunch of parked cars, is that person automatically disqualified, terminated, training is over? I'd assume that is probably one of the options, but to be honest, I don't know if that will automatically cause you to be kicked out of training because I know there have been minor incidents that have happened during training. And if you think about it, you're training these individuals on how to safely operate a bus. And honestly, there could be some situations that happen. Now, this is really extreme to crash into like two parked cars. I can only imagine how the trainer feels in this situation. The person that is supposed to be watching over all the trainees and making sure they do the right thing, even though ultimately you can't control what they do with their limbs, even if you tell them, hey, move over to the left a little bit. You're going a little too far to the right. You have to have some clearance between yourself and the parked cars. The trainee may still not act on what the trainer is saying. So unfortunately, I do not know what the outcome is of this situation. I do apologize, but I just saw the clip. It's really interesting. There's a lot of bus drivers that like dancing. You know, they like to go out dancing or they appreciate people who are able to dance. And you know what? If this bus operator in this next clip appreciates dancing, they're going to appreciate what this person in the clip has done for them. We've seen 2 clips already of people acting a fool just in Northern California. What did you all think of that dance performance that this person just put on for the bus? If you were a driver, would you be irritated? I know I would be. How about if you were a passenger riding the bus and instead of your bus moving towards your destination, you had to stop and wait for someone to dance in the middle of the street? Would you be excited about that? And this is one of those situations that once the bus operator is able to proceed forward, someone later on down the line line and be like, oh my God, why are you late? I don't understand why you're late. You guys are always late. What's your excuse? There's no excuse for being late. And little do they know we had a dancing queen putting on a show in front of the bus. So we've seen a clip from Oakland, California, San Francisco, California. Now let's go to Sacramento, California. Now this issue doesn't affect a bus operator, but it does affect a light rail operator. So it's bus adjacent, right? Yeah, it is. So there you have it. The entire light rail train, the passengers, everybody's just held up because this man wanted to show people some exercises. And listen, he was doing the squats. He looks like he was in decent shape. So him introducing a good, well-rounded workout routine to the general public is not a bad thing. But when you stand in the middle of the street blocking a train, that's where we all draw the line because you're going to inconvenience people. Allow those people the opportunity to make a choice if they want to see your presentation or not. He's holding everybody hostage.
He ain't lying.
So in all of these situations, when we are operating these transit vehicles and someone decides to stand in front of us or dance in front of us or do exercises in front of us, we cannot move. We have to wait until they hopefully move out of the way on their own, or we may call for help. In most cases, you got to call and be like, hey, I'm delayed. Here's why. And hopefully they'll send somebody. So I remember from my own personal experience, because yes, I do too drive buses and I have dealt with a few wild situations. I had a situation where I had to pick up a group of people in front of the Greyhound station. And this lady, as I was pulling up, she was looking really aggressive and like she was angry. And as I opened the door, I saw that she was yelling at this guy outside at the bus stop with her. So once I opened the door, he gets on the bus first. She gets on following him and she's yelling at him, berating him, cursing at him. Then she starts yelling at other people on the bus. I don't remember my exact words. This happened like a few years ago, but I did ask her, to like stop yelling and cursing. So she starts to direct her anger towards me. She starts yelling at me, cursing at me, calling me names. So what did I do? What did I say? Nothing. I just sat there, listened to her. Then I proceeded to call dispatch. And at that moment, she picks up the trash can on my bus and she threw it at me. So some trash ended up all over the floor. Starbucks coffee was all over the floor. It was a really big mess. Banana peels, half-eaten salad.
That's nasty.
And it's really messed up that that particular day there was a bunch of food items in the garbage can. The day that someone decides to throw the garbage at me. It was really irritating and annoying and it was completely uncalled for. Check out this video because this person made up their own bus stop. And once again, we're still in California, but this is Riverside, California that this took place in. But I don't know the context of what all happened here, but it looks like they were on the highway, the freeway, and maybe the person was like, hey, let me off here. And the bus driver's like, well, clearly I can't let you off in the middle of a highway, or even if that's just a really busy street, I can't let you off in the middle of the road. And the person was like, oh yeah, well, I can let myself off. And he used the emergency exit and crawled out the window, got off the bus. So now I'm wondering if he would have been hit by a car after getting off the bus through the emergency exit by his own choice, would he have tried to pursue some sort of lawsuit against the bus company? I'm just wondering. Fortunately, I guess it worked out for him. He didn't get hit, but that's crazy. And there's a lot of people that really get upset at bus drivers over the whole let me off the bus when it's not a bus stop type of situation.
He ain't lying.
And I don't understand where that comes from because for decades, public transit systems have operated the same way. We pick up and drop off at designated bus stops. Of course, there are some exceptions to the rule, and there's some different transit systems that do some things differently, but overall, it's bus stops. So yeah, when you're dealing with the general public, we are just dealing with a lot of people with different things going on in their lives, mentally, emotionally, and we just have to go with the flow. In this situation, of course, once again, you can't move. So all the passengers are going to be delayed. The route is going to be delayed, or at least that particular trip. And it's not looking like this person is going to leave on their own. So I'm sure at this point, some help has been dispatched to that location, probably a road supervisor, hopefully the police, ambulance. This person may need to be examined. I don't know. I'm not a health specialist guy, but yeah.